Alright, well, buddy, thank you for coming back again. If you don't remember when we ended last time, it was we were going into the winter. Well, here's the thing, okay? The thing about this is that I live in a place that it is currently winter, so it's just gonna be interesting. It's gonna. I don't care. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but. I'm not quite sure. So. That was not on. Simbox open. So we're gonna get into this. We're gonna go fly some winter scenarios or something in Switzerland or somewhere, wherever the fuck we are. I can't remember. I'm hoping to get this done today. At least this portion of FS Academy. We'll see. I got some stuff that needs to be taken care of, and I'm getting started a little later than I wanted to, but we'll make it work, I guess.
We're flying over the Skåne region of southern Sweden to look at how we need to adapt our navigation methods when facing a snow-swept landscape. We're flying southbound towards Söderfjärden Lake, which you can see up ahead. The low winter sun is lighting up the lake nicely, making it a great feature to use. We need to ensure that we are protecting the aircraft and its systems against the cold.
Maybe
the airspeed indicator works by measuring the pressure of the oncoming air inside the pitot tube, which you can see on the underside of the left wing. If this tube becomes obstructed by ice, it will stop functioning and we will get unreliable readings on the airspeed indicator, ASI. The pitot tube is fitted with an electronic heating element, which we can turn on to prevent ice. Turn on the pitot heat using the switch by your right.
Already dead.
You may need to hide the yoke. Good. Now the pitot will stay warm and won't give us any trouble in these cold conditions. Unhide the yoke if you need to. The lake is near to the border of Malmö airspace. We'd like to enter the Malmö CTR so that we can fly west towards Malmö city. Tune Sweden Control into COM1, frequency 134.98. Sweden radar, Sierra Echo Foxtrot Sierra Alpha, 2,400 feet, Söderfjärden for Malmö zone transit.
Sierra Echo Foxtrot Sierra Alpha, Sweden radar. Be advised we have a radar system failure in Malmö, causing low radar performance. Remain outside.
Roger, Sierra Echo Foxtrot Sierra Alpha will monitor your frequency. Looks like we're going to have to take the long way around Malmö Airport.
Oh, okay.
We had planned for this as we can never guarantee that a transit will be approved,
did you plan
so
for
we
it
just need to
though?
fly our planned
Did
route.
you?
Once we reach the lake, we'll fly our leg to Ystad. Be sure to be stable at 2,400 feet and 100 knots as we reach the lake.
I think it was just fucked up. I think it freaked out. Didn't like it. Something happened. I don't know. No idea, because now it's all lighting up. Light up green, baby. Light up green. Kind of looks like a half of a Christmas tree. Just half, though. Should be hitting here any second.
Now turn to heading 141 en route to Eastad.
Five and 4. Right there.
This leg will be for 8 minutes.
8 minutes
We're
start.
monitoring Sweden control with COM 1. It's cold outside, but indications are in the green and pitot heat is on. Fuel level looks more than enough for our route to Malmö City.
Okay.
We'll use an en route fix of Kragaholms Lake, which is the last and most southerly of this group of water bodies. We have planned for a wind of 130 at 10. Please keep us at 2,400 feet.
Pretty, ain't it?
Let's talk about how things look different after snowfall. Many features that would have been useful in the summer have now been obscured, although most major features such as highways, airport runways and railway lines will be kept clear of snow. The lakes along our route look to be easily identifiable today, but be aware that when frozen, their shapes and appearance can change, or be covered completely by snowfall. Minor roads will often be blanketed and not visible from the air, so these may be unreliable for use as a waypoint. Keep us on course towards Eastad and we'll check our drift at the lake, our en route fix. Maintain a speed of 100 knots.
Okay, well, I thought it was, but
We're now reaching our en route fix. The route centre line passes through the small island within this lake, so use the drift lines on the map to estimate any drift and double that drift to get a heading correction. Our next leg takes us from Eastad westbound, but we need to dip underneath the CTA as we were not permitted to enter due to the radar issue. The floor of the CTA is 1,500 feet, so take us down to 1,400 feet, so that we're ready by the time we reach Eastad. Aim to keep 100 knots in the descent to preserve our timings. It looks like we're on track, so no drift corrections are needed.
because I just did it. Let's go. Let's go up. We gotta go up.
We're getting close to Eastad now. Aim for the roundabout to the north side of town.
Okay. You're asking me to do something. I don't know where the fuck you're talking, dude. Sorry, no language. Alright, the ferry trail. Aim for the roundabout at the north side of the town. Okay, well, I'm going south? East-ish?
Keep us at 1,400 feet.
Hey, dude, listen. I don't think going down.
Here we are at Eastad, so turn right heading 238. This leg has an ETE of 9 minutes. We'll continue to monitor the radar frequency in case they reopen. Let's check that the heading indicator remains aligned with the compass. That's looking good. Engine temps are still okay, and the fuel is checked.
Check.
Maintain a speed of 100 knots. Keep us at 1,400 feet.
On it, dude. I was taking a drink a cup of coffee.
This leg takes us to the southernmost tip of Sweden, Smygahuk. We will use the town of Abercourse as our fix. We want heading 238.
Yeah, we're okay. Still on par. Man, my back hurts. I think it needs a crack. Needs a good crack. It needs a good crack. Oh, good. I yawned, I'm sorry. Uh-oh. Don't do that. How long is this leg again? 8 minutes? 10 minutes? 12? 16, 23, 24, 97, 98. Spiegel fork. Hook. I don't even know where fucking Schmieg hook is. I need to adjust. I need to adjust. I need to adjust. I need to adjust. Like, it's taking. It's like my upper back, right at my shoulder blades.
We should pass overhead the town of Abercourse, our en route fix. Using the drift lines on the map, let's check our tracking. Keep us at 1,400
Dude,
feet.
it shut up. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. It shut up.
Coastlines are very useful in the winter months, as the sea does not freeze unless in an extremely cold part of the world. This means that the coastline remains unchanged through the year, but you may lose some potential point features along its length if they become obscured.
Well. Where Schmieg hook is? Where's Schmieg hook? Schmieg hook.
We're getting near to Smeaker Hook. Aim for the small marina on the coastline.
Schmieg hook. Oh, Schmink Hook. Schmink Hook.
We'll carry on tracking the coast as we make our way around Malmö Airport airspace. Make a right turn to heading 279. Good, this heading will also track the coast as we're on our way to the canal at Hullviken. ETE for this leg is 8 minutes, using the harbour at Trelleborg as our en route fix. Trelleborg is a major ferry port, allowing transport to Germany and Poland, and is known as the Continental Bridge. Keep us at 1,400 feet. Maintain a speed of 100 knots.
Dude. Okay. Give me a second. I do adjust. This is what I was aiming for. Oh, we're off.
As we pass overhead Trelleborg, we can compare our tracking with the route drawn on the map.
Yep, okay. We're going to Hoboken. Oh, baby, you're so fine, you blow my head, Mickey. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey, you go hard as a rock. You go hard as a rock. You go as hard as a rock. Hotter than a rock. Hotter than a rock. Ba 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 ba. We drifted slightly. Just ever so slightly. Ever so slightly, I must have driven. Dude, this is a big town. Look at this.
We're looking for the canal through Hulviken. This is the Falsterbo Canal, which opened in 1941 to allow safe passage as the route out to sea was heavily mined in the Second World War.
It's Hulviken, or whatever he said. I was really hoping it was Hoboken. You know, like a Duke. A Duke. Hoboken.
We've reached the canal, so turn right heading 005 towards the Turning Torso building in Malmö. ETE is 7 minutes. We'll get a great view of the city with the Öresund Bridge and Turning Torso apartment block, which is where we're heading. Let's check that the heading indicator remains aligned with the compass. That's looking good. Engine temps are still okay and the fuel is checked. Now that we're past Hulviken, we are no longer underneath the 1,500 foot CTA. So we can climb back up to 2,400 feet. Take us up to 2,400 feet, allowing the speed to come back for a good climb rate.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
We want heading 005.
I was there. I was a little bit off.
Great. Flying a little higher gives us more options in case we had to glide, and also improves our view and flight efficiency. Now keep us at 2,400 feet. Look to the left to get a clear view of the Øresund Bridge, where traffic can cross by road or rail towards Copenhagen in Denmark on the other side.
Wow.
At
That's
10
kinda
miles
cool.
in length, this is Europe's longest combined road and rail crossing. Part bridge and part tunnel, the roadway is on top and the railroad below, which stretch out to an artificial island designated as a nature reserve.
Kind of cool. Yeah, let's just keep this nose down.
As we reach the edge of Malmö, keep a lookout for other traffic and places to land in the event of an engine failure. We can clearly see the turning torso up ahead. Tall buildings remain largely unchanged in the winter, making them useful for point features in snowy conditions.
Oh, I guess. Shit, the bullshit. The bullshit. The bullshit. This is I like Floyd. Sheboygan. Should be getting pretty close to it, right?
Well done. It would have saved us some time by transiting the Malmö zone, but the radar failure caused us to take the long way round, which allowed us to learn something along the way. Next, we'll take a look at how the picture changes after sundown and learn how to find our way after dark.
Gosh. Here we go, boys and girls, ladies
It's
and
shortly
gents.
after sunset over the Nevada-Arizona border, and we're on our way to Las Vegas.
Okay.
VFR navigation becomes more challenging at night, as a large proportion of your potential ground features are no longer visible.
It's true. So I follow
In
all the
terms
way,
of
okay.
line features, major highways are typically your best bet. We are tracking the Route 93, which you can see down to your left. Follow the highway to get to our first waypoint, the Hoover Dam, where we will cross over into Nevada.
Wait, what? There it is. I was like, where the fuck is it?
We need to be cautious when choosing a road to follow after dark, as the road must be lit in order to remain visible, unless there is a steady stream of road traffic, allowing us to see their head and tail lights. A quiet, unlit road may be of no use during a night flight, no matter how clear and straight it may be in the daytime. Railways are practically invisible and of very little use. Coastlines may be useful, but this somewhat depends on the conditions, as bright moonlight can make distinguishing between land and water much more reliable. High terrain is almost always unlit, as the steep slopes and uneven terrain usually prohibits any large buildings or structures. To mitigate the threat of terrain, before departure we check the minimum safety altitude, MSA, for each leg of our route, which is the altitude of the highest obstacle or terrain peak within 10 nautical miles of our route, plus 1,000 feet. For this leg towards the Hoover Dam, we found that the MSA is 6,300 feet. This means that we would not plan to fly lower than 6,300 feet on this leg. Above 3,000 feet AGL, we begin to use VFR cruising levels, which is even altitudes when travelling westbound and odd altitudes for eastbound, finally adding 500 feet. As we are VFR travelling westbound, we have selected an even altitude plus 500 feet and arrived at 6,500 feet for this leg, which suits both our VFR cruising levels and MSA requirements. This means that we have reasonable assurance that if another aircraft is flying on our route in the opposite direction, we should have 1,000 feet altitude clearance from them. Just before Hoover Dam is the boundary of Las Vegas Class B airspace, but we're going to freely explore the area without ATC for this exercise.
I feel like I'm just not moving, dude. Whew. little bit off.
We can see the lit wall of the Hoover Dam coming up. Lit landmarks can stand out very well against dark surroundings and prove to be visible from many miles in the right conditions. When it was completed in 1936, the Hoover Dam was the largest concrete structure ever built. The hydroelectric power plant within it supplies power to millions of people across the southwest USA.
Oh no! I did it again. Come on, game. Oh, I'm flying over right now. I was so nervous. I was so nervous. I do need.
Being such an enormous construction project requiring thousands of workers, a new town was built, Boulder City, which is where we're heading next. Make a left turn towards Boulder City. We're going to head towards the centre of Boulder City. We have a good view of it already, as the streetlights of the town provide great visibility.
Yep.
Area features such as towns and cities are one of the few features which actually become easier to see after nightfall, providing good options for night navigation.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I'm ready for some challenges. Give me some challenges.
We're going to head for a major road intersection, as we can rely on it being well lit. Sports stadiums can also be good options and highly visible, but they're typically only lit when a game is on.
I should have just went with VFR, IFR. This is like the introduction. Who's ready? I'm ready. Hey.
Pitch. We'll head to a more major intersection next in Henderson. Please make a right turn towards Henderson.
Say it right!
Go easy on the controls. As you can see, Henderson is well lit at night and gives a good area feature for navigation. We can narrow this down to the clearly visible road intersection as a point feature within the city.
Henderson. 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 Maybe I'm saying it right. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he was saying Henderson. Henderson. Henderson? Son. I think he was saying son. Henderson. 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 What is going on here? Imagine. Then there's Vegas right there. Don't believe me? Alright. We're gonna be flying there next. I'm literally looking at it. You flying? Okay. What do you think that light is? What do you think that light is? You tell me. Somebody tell me. I can't fly over there, I don't think. Well, no, we're flying. I guess we're flying without ATC, so. This is heavy ATC area. I don't know how we're flying without it. There's a major airport right there. For some reason. We gotta fly into Henderson. See that long strip of stuff? That's the runway. Don't believe me. Don't believe me. You don't have to believe me. Nobody said you did. We're just gonna continue to fly. Right here, I'm so bored, is why I'm singing. Can we go land at the airport? Please? Please, right there. It's right there. We just go land at the airport. It's right there. Trying to figure out why I'm not Well, I got 0 speed. Nothing.
We're reaching the intersection, so now we'll make a right turn towards a golf resort beside Lake Las Vegas.
But the airport's right there. Let's go see Vegas. Why? Let's go see Vegas. It's right there. I want to go see
Las Vegas is next, which is a small lake beside the large Lake Mead. It's surrounded by a golf resort, which is lit at night. Take a look at how lakes are harder to see at night, as they only reflect the dark night sky.
I can see it just fine. Literally, can see it just fine. You just have to have the perfect vision, like I got. Okay? I see it just fine. That's a lake over there. There's a lake there. There's a lake right there. Don't be stupid. I don't want to go see a damn lake or a fucking goddamn golf course. I just want to fly. Okie dokie, artichoke. That's a pretty night sky, though. Look at all them stars. It's showing me the airport. There's an airport right there. And it's like, yep, that's the closest airport. It's like, we could just go home. There's an airport right there, too.
Now take a left and we'll head towards Nellis Air Force Base to see how airfields look after dark.
I can see them. If you can't see it right now, you are not allowed to be a pilot. I was literally just looking at it.
Smaller airfields often close at night, especially those without lit runways or only grass landing strips. This restricts your diversion options considerably in some areas, so more fuel availability checks and pre-flight research of potential landing spots is a good idea.
There's 3 airports right here, okay? If I have to, I'll land in the mountains. It said flight duration is only 20 minutes. But I can't get any faster. I don't know what happened. It's like I got flaps out or something.
Airfields are also easier to see at night from a distance. Combined with a typically lower traffic volume at night, lit airfields can make great waypoints for night VFR. Just be sure to avoid disused airfields, as these will almost certainly not be lit or distinguishable after dark. You may be able to pick out airfields by their rotating airfield beacon light, which are commonly used in the USA. You can tell the difference between a military and civil airport by how the beacon flashes. A civil airport has one green flash, then one white flash, whereas a military installation will have one green flash, followed by two white flashes.
I didn't know that. That's interesting. Because our airport, so where I live, it's not Air Force Base. It kind of is. It's a Air Force Reserve base, but it's also connected to the main airstrip. The main airport, like they share the same runways and everything. Oh, jeez. A big knock of wind that came off that side of that mountain. So I don't know. That's kind of strange. Because I do see it sometimes when I go by, but I guess I never paid attention. I know it says green. I think it's green and one white, but maybe it is two green or one green, two whites. I don't know. Cause I don't know how that would work. Are you gonna take me? Are you taking me to Las Vegas? Yes or no? Please tell me now. Take me to Vegas so I can play some slots, lose my money, and I'd rather not. I don't know. Trying to think of things. I don't know. Trying to make it sound good. Zero ATC. Just cruising.
Next, take us to the Veterans Hospital, which is a well-lit complex out of the city, giving a good example of a useful nighttime VFR point feature.
It's gotta be that thing right in front of me, right? Yeah. I said take me to Vegas, not the hospital. When are you trying to kill me? Yeah. Are you foreshadowing something? Are you foreshadowing something? I think you're foreshadowing something. If I could just crack this one part in my back, I would feel so much better. Like, it's right here. It's like right here. And it's like I have to like... I can't get it. I don't know. Don't know.
Finally, let's head downtown to the Strip. Turn left southbound towards the Space Needle.
Probably should get my other mic. I should probably get my other microphone so it doesn't sound like shit when I'm talking.
Tall buildings require night lighting for aircraft safety, so they are equipped with red obstacle lighting. Aircraft also have night lighting, with a red light on the left wing and a green light on the right. The colour differences allow for the quick recognition of the direction of other traffic. For example, if you are looking at the left side of a passing aeroplane, you will see the red navigation light only.
Holy shit, it's even updated with the sphere.
If you see only
That's
a green light,
crazy!
you are seeing the right side of that aircraft. Both red and green mean that the traffic is coming directly towards you.
That's crazy they updated the sphere in here. I don't think it's playing anything interesting. I think they're just making it yellow, unless they put the smiley face on it. Buddy. Rolling like a big kiss, refueling train, up on the NASCAR pit stop. Fish fish up, queen inside, queen outside. Like an ice cream paint shop. It is changing. Yeah, that's kind of dope. Oh, I touched my rudder again. It is changing, baby! Welcome to Vegas, boys. It's time to go win some slots. Elvin lovin' chicken dinner. You can let me land at Henderson? No landing yet? Shucks. I want to just through downtown. Not downtown. Through the Strip. I can do it. I know I could. I'm an idiot. See, like, okay, tell me that, riddle me this. Why would you want to do this and fly really high? You'd want to fly low to see. Am I wrong? Like, you'd want to fly super low so you can see what you're passing. Like, this is... I don't know. Engine failure, engine failure, engine failure. I'm not gonna mess around. Maybe when we pass, I'll hit it. We'll choke it out.
As you can see, it is important to give extra thought to your choice of ground feature at night, as some options become more visible, others become unusable. Next we'll head to the French Alps and see how we deal with winding valleys and alpine navigation.
Okay. 20 minutes. Yes. There you go. Wait, is this not just what I just did? Or is it gonna make me do all this? Oh, it's gonna make me take off.
Welcome to FS Academy VFR. VFR is Visual Flight Rules, where your primary method of navigation is all about looking out of the windscreen and finding your way. Each lesson has a dedicated section in the manual that dives deeper into the theory to complete your VFR experience, along with maps and charts to reference in flight.
Okay.
We begin here at Liverpool Airport in the Cessna 152 to start you off with basic handling skills and a departure with ATC. We're going to take off from runway 27 and follow the local procedure of following the Mersey River to Seaforth, where we leave the Liverpool control zone. For a normal takeoff, we want to use flaps, which make the wing more effective and reduces our takeoff distance. Please set the flaps to 10 and we'll get started.
Okay, I gotta make sure something. Okay, so this should be my flaps right here.
Airport weather is transmitted by the ATIS, the Automated Terminal Information Service. Weather changes as the day goes on, so each weather report is given an identifying letter, which moves along the alphabet every time a new report is transmitted. Let's listen to the ATIS whilst we wait for the engine to warm up.
Liverpool Information Juliet, time 0950 Zulu, runway NUS 27, surface wind 260, 4 knots, visibility 10 km or more, clouds scattered 3,000 feet, cloud type unknown, temperature +15, dew point +4, QNH 1013. Ground movement control is closed, acknowledge receipt of information Juliet on first contact.
We now have weather information Juliet, so we can call air traffic control and request our departure instructions. Liverpool Tower Golf Foxtrot Sierra Alpha Charlie Cessna 152 at Kilo with information Juliet, request clearance and taxi.
Golf Alpha Charlie Liverpool Tower, after departure leave the zone at Seaforth, not above altitude 1,500 feet VFR. Squawk 5050.
Leave via Seaforth, not above 1,500 feet VFR, 5050 Golf Alpha Charlie.
Golf Alpha Charlie correct, taxi to hold short runway 27 at Golf, QNH 1013.
Okay, so we've contacted the tower and they've said we can leave the control zone to the north at our exit point Seaforth, but we must stay below 1,500 feet the whole way there. We'll aim for 1,400 feet to give a margin. Release the brakes and taxi to the holding point Golf for runway 27. Leave the apron by taking the taxiway on your left, then make a left turn onto Alpha, the main parallel taxiway, before taking the first right to hold short of the runway. Take this right and hold at Golf.
Yeah, but you're not explaining to stay on the yellow lines. Unless I missed it, but I'm pretty sure he did not explain that.
Good, now come to a stop before the holding line and we'll tell ATC we're ready to go. We say ready for departure, as we only use the word takeoff as part of an actual takeoff clearance, to avoid misunderstandings. Golf Alpha Charlie ready for departure.
Golf Alpha Charlie cleared line up and takeoff, runway 27, wind 260 at 4.
Cleared line up and takeoff, runway 27, Golf Alpha Charlie. We're cleared for takeoff, pull onto the runway, line up on the centre line and we'll depart. Keep the nose straight down the centre line and apply full power. Use some right rudder to counteract the engine torque to keep straight on the centre line. Smoothly pull back and raise the nose, engine cowling on the horizon. But now hold the climb attitude and keep climbing straight ahead. Now we're safely climbing away, we don't need our flaps anymore. Please retract the flaps and we'll climb more efficiently. See how the nose drops as we lose lift? Add some back pressure on the controls to hold the climb attitude. Accelerate to 80 knots and we'll get the lift back. Great, keep full power and adjust the attitude to control your speed. Aim for 80 knots. If you get slow, lower the nose slightly. If you get fast, raise the nose slightly. Now turn right to follow the Mersey River northbound. Continue flying up the Mersey, climbing to 1,400 feet. Try to memorise this climbing attitude.
1,400. That is right below ATC limits.
Level off 1,400 feet, keeping full power to accelerate to 100 knots. As our increased airspeed gives more lift, feel how you need to push forwards to remain level. To relieve this input, trim nose down until you don't need to apply any control force to stay straight and level. Now we need to maintain 1,400 feet. Now you can power back a little to hold 100 knots. Maintain 1,400 feet up the Mersey, staying over the water.
Dropping down. I don't know how it's raising up when my nose is pointing down. That's the crazy piece of this.
Use throttle to control your speed and maintain 100 knots.
Yeah. Dude, you explain to me how I'm going downwards and losing thrust. Explain it. Somebody!
Use throttle to control your speed and maintain 100 knots.
I'm working on it. It's getting there. There we go.
Golf Alpha Charlie, contact Liverpool radar 119.85.
11985 Golf Alpha Charlie. We're being handed over to Liverpool Approach Control now, who we'll be in contact with until we leave controlled airspace at Seaforth. Liverpool radar Golf Foxtrot Sierra Alpha Charlie, live buildings 1,400 feet to Seaforth VFR.
Listen, I already
Golf Alpha
switched it.
Charlie,
I
Roger,
don't,
report
somehow it's already put
Echo
into the
Golf
thing,
Alpha Charlie.
so...
Seaforth is the exit point for VFR traffic departing Liverpool to the north. It's found on the east shoreline, just beyond where the western shoreline ends.
We're gonna get this, dude. See, this is a little bit more enjoyable. I'm not so bored. I mean, depending on how long it takes, and if there's like, I need something to like. Not bored. It's just I have nobody to talk to. I'm talking to myself here. Okay. We're gonna back off the fucking throttle just a little. Ding 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 dong ding dong ding dong.
Golf Alpha Charlie C4th outbound. Request basic service.
Golf Alpha Charlie Roger, basic service.
Basic service, Golf Alpha Charlie. Now we've reached the edge of the Liverpool control zone at 1400 feet. We're entering uncontrolled airspace. There is airspace above us, which begins at 3,500 feet upwards, so anything below that is uncontrolled. It's completely up to us to navigate and avoid other traffic. UK ATC can provide either a basic service or a traffic service to VFR flights in uncontrolled airspace. We've been given a basic service from ATC, which means they can pass us important information such as airfield closures or severe weather, but won't provide any clearances or traffic information. Depending on their workload, they may be able to provide a traffic service, where they will also give information about any known nearby traffic to help you, but will not provide avoidance instructions. Keep flying north, and as you did before, apply full power, set the climb attitude, and climb to 3,000 feet.
First, I want to get.
The speed will come back towards around 80 knots, so with the lower speed we lose lift and the nose will want to drop. Apply nose up trim to neutralise the control pressure, holding the climb attitude all the time.
My trim don't like to work with me too well. It's very sensitive. Very sensitive. Got 1,000 more feet to go.
Start levelling off and maintain 3,000 feet. Accelerate again to 100 knots. Again, as we accelerate, trim nose down to cancel out the control pressure. As we're now higher up, the air is thinner, so to preserve the optimal fuel-to-air ratio of the engine, we'll reduce the fuel mixture slightly. Use the red mixture control next to the throttle and pull it back only about a centimetre or so, and see how the engine revs rise as the engine is running more efficiently. Let's try a few turns. We only want to bank to about 20 degrees for a gentle turn, which is the second white mark around the top of the attitude indicator. Start a right turn towards east, heading 090.
I don't know why I started turning right, but I did.
Stop your turn on 090 and set the straight and level attitude again. Keep the speed at 100 knots for now.
Dude, I'm literally working on it. It's working its butt up, okay?
When turning, use gentle rudder inputs to keep the black ball on the turn coordinator centered for comfortable and efficient turning. Make a coordinated right turn to west, heading 270, keeping the ball centered. Attain 3,000 feet. Keep the speed at 100 knots for now. As we turn, the lift from our wings isn't pointing straight upwards anymore, so to stay at our altitude, we need to increase the angle of attack slightly to get some extra lift. You can feel this as the need to hold back pressure on the elevator. Roll out on heading west and set us back to straight and level.
Straight and level, baby! Dude, we're straight and level. Give it a little bit more gas.
Next, we'll try a speed change to see how it influences our straight and level sight picture. Bring the power right back to idle and decelerate to 60 knots. Maintain a heading of west for the time being. As we lose lift, trim nose up to keep the control pressures neutralised. You'll need to raise the nose slightly to increase our angle of attack to make up for the lost airspeed. Set power for 60 knots and retrim for level flight. Maintain a heading of west for the time being. Attain 3,000 feet. See that our new straight and level attitude has a higher nose. This is our slow flight attitude. Maintain a heading of west for the time being.
I know, I'm adjusting.
Now make a turn either to the left or the right, back to heading 090, keeping the ball centered.
Oh no. Oh gosh.
Now accelerate us back to 100 knots, keeping straight and level throughout. Use some right rudder to counter the engine forces. Maintain 3,000 feet.
Dude, there's a reason I just did this. You wanna go up there?
Fantastic. That concludes your first VFR lesson.
Let's go! Let's go! Alrighty. Now that we moved on to VFR and got rid of all of that stuff that was so amazingly boring, thank you for watching. If you enjoy, make sure to smash that like button, and if you haven't already, push that subscribe button, and we'll catch you in the next one.